What's up, guys? Welcome to brobeatz, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a tool you can use to make your beats more rappable. If you guys haven't subbed already or turn posts on, make sure you do so because it does help a lot. Let's hop right into it. So first things first, we just need to make a melody, all right? So let's grab in a scale, and I think we can run with, let's just do a C major. I think that'll be the easiest to follow. So let me name it real quick. Okay, so I'll just run through my sounds. This is all I'm using. I just want to pick something different other than using like the same VSTs. All right, and then we got this. This is a free piano, another one of these, and then we got arcade. And I just want to put some vocals. It'll let me. All right, and we'll need to actually change this to C major. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our chords first. All right, so here's our first one. We're gonna lay down some chords here. Now I'm gonna just show you a quick way. So all you really need to do is find your bass notes. So you can just listen and just whatever you like, whatever sounds good, right? So we can take that and then move the last note maybe, because this is actually a chord. So we can just use any of these notes. So let's just use the middle one. Now what we could do is just copy these chords, and this is how we can build just some chords from these. So we could take this one, maybe this one, pull them up, and actually there might be two. Let's pull one down. Oh, I don't know what just happened. Let's pull this one down. So now all you really need to do is fill in the blanks. You should know how to make a chord, right? So now you just finished it out. Create a chord from that note, and make sure I didn't double it. Create a chord here. All right, and then over here, it's a little different. I don't want this to go like this, right? Because it's not smooth anymore. It's like a big jump. So we can pull the top one down, pull it over, and we could just copy these over here because it's the same. So you see that chord got built already, and then I don't know, let's pull this over maybe. Then complete the chord out. And keep in mind, we didn't even listen to the top part, right? We only listened to the bass note, right? So these things are tried and true. Like you could do this every time. All right, so let's move on to the next instrument. Now what we want to do is create like a little melody on top, just to give it like some character, so it's not just pure chords. Let's copy it over, and let's actually move this up a few. That might be too high. I'm gonna just mute this. Let's take that middle note. We could probably, let's change this grid real quick. Now I'm gonna just focus on this half so you can see like in detail what I'm doing. Okay, so let's make this smaller, and then we could just move on up and play with the scale a little bit. And then let's skip this note, go up here. I want to make sure I get the timing right, so let me. All right, let's just keep it going. Maybe we can bring this back in. I'm gonna just leave that like it is. All right, so there's that part. So now let's move on to the second part of this melody. All right, so I color coded it so you can see like what we manipulated visually. So now let's move over here. Try to make this a little larger. All right, and now it's just same thing, but just add a little variation. So we can start on that. I think we started on, no, we actually didn't. Let's just use this E, and then kind of just keep the same vibe going. Let me see. Let's go down here. If you're wondering how I'm going off the grid, even though it's on this grid, you hold Alt and you can place things wherever you want. Let's do like a little flam right here. I want to add some like delay a little bit so it's not so robotic. So I'm gonna try to, yeah, that sounds a little bit more convincing. And then I want this to drop. So let's drop this down because it's probably, yeah, I like that. I like that. All right, and let's copy this over and I'm gonna replace these so you can see what we changed. And I think that's good. So let's do it one more time. All right, I like that. So let's move on to the next one. All right, so this is the sound I'm using, and I just copy this melody over to this one just to save time, and it will add character to our piano if we play it all together. And I'll just mute these. Right, not needed. I just wanted to keep that in there. So now we could just start on the vocal, and you know, of course, it's arcade, just really easy to use. And I'm gonna just play stuff, whatever sounds good on first, like, you know, when I first hear it, I'm gonna just use. So and I'm gonna try to spread these out because a lot of times with this stuff I get carried away and try to do too much. So I'm gonna just, I think a good balance would just be something like this, maybe. Matter of fact, let's actually see that. Okay, I think that's a nice balance. All right, so I think we can actually go ahead, since we got the melody done, and I'm gonna show you the tool that you can use. All right. Okay, so I want to do this in very simple steps. So I might edit out some things, but I'll show you how to do it as well. So with this like little method, what I like to do is only take like the bare bones. So like if I have the chords for my melody, I take the melody with the chords and like the ambient sound, so like the vocals and stuff, right? Because sometimes it sounds bad when you put the melody in there. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'll do both to show you both, but I'm just letting you know that. So all you need to do is turn it to a sample. So that's like the first step. So you can just arm it and then right click to make sure it's recording the audio, and then press play, and then just wait till it stops and you can record it. So I'm gonna just skip this process just to save time. All right, so now that we have a sample out, we can mute this. Now what we're gonna do is double click, right click, go to audio editor, or this is just Edison. Okay, now there's multiple things we could do, but what I wanna show you is this tool, which is the blur tool. Now what this is gonna do is pretty much make any, like, it's gonna melt your melody together. So you see these transients and stuff, it's pretty much gonna melt it to the next little transient or part in your melody, okay? And it comes in handy if you wanna make room for somebody to rap on it, because it's making it pretty much turn your melody into a pad. And you can combine this with resampling as well. So I'm gonna just do this one first and just show you kind of what it's doing. So here's the preview. You can see how it's kind of melting, and this is showing what it's pretty much doing, right? And I'm gonna just go to the extremes so you can see the difference. All right, but I usually just keep this a little low. Something else you could do is you can pull this over, right click, go to single curve, and you can create like a reverse effect almost. There's a lot of cool stuff you could do with this, but let's reset it, and I'm gonna just maybe let's play around with this a bit. All right, so I like that. So you see how it kind of melted them together. So now the next thing you can do is go to edit properties. And now from here, you can edit the sample rate. Now this is gonna pretty much further melt it, right? Combined with the blur. So you can just click this and go down, but you know, some people like to go lower, but I'm gonna just keep it right here just for now, just to show you what it sounds like. Right, and this is like background ambience now. All right, so let's just bounce this down here, and we can name it. Let me see, edit it. There we go. Let's pull this down, and real quick, I'm gonna just show you what you can do with these two now. So you have your original, well, not your original, edited one, and then what you can do with the original one is you can actually turn the pitch down and kind of blend it in so it has like that like cool vocal effect. Or you could put it up high. You can create some unique like combos. All right, so I'm gonna put mine lower, and then last one, let's do this one. Let's right click, and this is the full melody. All right, now with this one, let's see. Let's accept, go to format, and let's, for example, let's do 1,000. I'm gonna just show you what 1,000 does real quick. Simple sync, boom, and you can see how crazy this will sound, or just how different, not crazy, but how different it will sound. So let me. And there's definitely room now, right, to rap on this melody, right? If you want to put this in the background, okay? So now pull this down. You can do the same thing, but I'm gonna just leave this as is. So let's go ahead and make the beat so we can see what this sounds like in a real beat. All right, so let's go ahead and throw some drums down. I might fast forward it depending on what instrument, or not instrument, but drum I'm using. So just to speed up the vid. Because all this stuff, you should, you know, y'all probably know this stuff already, right? So I'm gonna just kind of skip through a lot of this. Okay, so I went ahead and just organized everything so I can just properly explain this. So now we have our drums and everything, and I'll just mute this. All right, so we got some reference there. So now I'm gonna just go through these and show you the difference. So you can still add these in. Don't think this is the only, like, once you make this, you can delete. Like, you can still add these in for like the hook or whatever. But I'm just individually show you these. So we have this one, which is like the lower version. And then we'll play it with this. Wait, this is the full one. We want this one. Right, it's got all the frequencies in there still. It's the same exact melody, except it's just melted down. So in the beat sounds empty almost, but that's giving a lot of space for somebody to come up with a melody or whatever, a rap on it, right? So this comes in handy, right? And then you can also blend it in with the stuff you have up here already, right? Okay, and we could just do the full melody one. Let me see. Let's do the edit one. Right, and this could be a hook. right? And we could blend it in with this one. You have so many possibilities now. Right? This would be easy to mix with vocals because it's like it sounds empty already, just even with this in the background, right? So don't get me wrong, you could also still play these, right? So I would use the originals for the hook because you could tell it has a lot more energy, right? And then I would use these for like a verse, any stuff like that, anything you want to play with, right? You can manipulate it how you want, all right? And I'll just play it one more time. Just probably do something. All right, so this is gonna be it for this one. I know it's kind of all over the place. I'm gonna try to edit it so it's kind of straightforward, but it's a lot of rendering and coloring and putting this on this channel and all this stuff, right? But hopefully it was easy to understand and hopefully this was helpful. But that's gonna be it for this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.